All right, so first up, the construction, super extra loud today. I hear people yelling and all kind of stuff, so it is off the chain, but I cannot worry about that. And I did not feel like doing my hair or jazzing myself up in any way. Okay, so this episode starts off with the tiny twins uh, getting ready to paint. They said that they were going to visit their parents the next day, like tomorrow. But she wanted to jazz up her apartment. I don't know why she said it with an attitude, and moved her neck and rolled her eyes. Like, did you just tell us off? I don't really understand the attitude, Missy. First off, Amanda. But yeah, so they're painting and putting the tape around the borders and all of that stuff, and they got these little paint outfits that are huge to death. Okay. um yeah, so they're doing that, and then Minnie comes over and she's like, ooh, oh, let me tell y'all, I got something so juicy to tell y'all. She was like, oh, I couldn't wait to talk to the twins, I'm so excited, I got something to tell them. And she commences to tell them about what her and her big bird ass mother did to Juicy. Like, yeah, I started it off and I was like, I've been going through a lot, and I don't need this kind of stress. And then my mother was like, she got up and she was in her face and she was like, I don't discriminate, I'll whoop your ass, I'll drag you, and blah blah blah. And then my mother picked up a plate of wings and threw it on her, and the twins was like, oh shit. She was like, yeah. She was like, the mama be for real. I do not like the fact that she thinks that that is cool. That is over the top, ridiculously childish. She is not, when I first became an adult, like when I was young, I always called my mother for problems, when stuff was going wrong, because I know she'll go crazy. She has called boys and told them that she would kill them and chop them up into pieces. She has grabbed up a dude and slammed him up against a wall, and told him that she was going to kill him. She has talked to teachers in college, but after a certain age, you have to realize people don't bring their mothers to meetings and things to, uh, adult situations. You have to handle things on your own. So the fact that you're a little person and Juicy is a little person, right? And the fact that you did something wrong and she was trying to be kind to you, for you to bring your mother there because she had questions about something that she spent some money on because you lied, and then she asked some questions about it, and you felt the need to go get, and not, your mother ain't even the average size person. Your motherfucking mother is an enormous ass big bird bitch, and you're gonna bring her out there to attack her. That is wrong. That is tacky and classless and wrong. So no, you don't get no brownie points in my book for that. That was some punk shit right there. But the twins was like, all right, well, I would have did the same thing. Well, that's Andrea talking. Girl, please. Um, I know people got to protect their kids, and yeah, come on now. I ain't even gonna tell you the ridiculous things that I did to protect my little brother. Back when I used to be one of his guardians or whatever. They were like, all right, well, I guess they respect the mama bear thing. They don't really got no questions. They said, well, she's our friend no matter what. So if she said that she had a miscarriage, then she had a miscarriage. We're not going to fucking question it. And then they asked about Pastor Troy, like, how did he take it? She was like, oh, I didn't tell him. And you could see the look of dumbfoundedness on their face. Like, why the fuck would you not tell him? Why do we know? Oh, well, they know because of the baby shower, but still, tacky as hell. She should have been told him. You should tell the father of the baby on the day that the baby dies. I would think I would be crying and he would be the first person I would tell, because I'm going to need some comfort, some hugs. Or if he, one of them guys that diss me, I'll be like, I'm pregnant. He be like, you ain't pregnant by me, bitch. Then you don't got him. Then you would tell your mother, but she didn't tell nobody. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, she's saying that she really values their friendship, their relationship, and she's scared that when she tells him, he might be like, oh, well, I was only, still talking to you because of the baby. But now, beat it. Scram. Nobody wants you here anymore. So, yeah, she feeling, she acting like a punk, crying and shit. So, next we're at my good friend for now, Juicy, Meatball Juicy, job at the Ricky Smiley show. And she meets up with her PR team, these two black chicks, and she's like, she's trying to build her brand and all of that stuff and get larger, get more known, be more of the supposed queen of Atlanta. And they were talking about the Black Bike Week, BBW, okay, in Myrtle Beach. And apparently she needs to be there because they're looking for her to participate in the event in some capacity. So she's excited about that. And she was like, they were also wanting maybe some sort of entertainment. Like, what do you do, motherfucker? So she was like, you know what? I think this will be the perfect opportunity to get my girls involved in something like this. So she didn't say what it was, but apparently she has an idea, and it involves the girls there. And she was like, well, tell your friends to bring their A game. She was like, yeah, it's going to be cool. So, yeah, Minnie. Miss Juicy is getting people work. Then we have the studio with Pastor Troy. All right, so Minnie bringing her little meatball ass over there to tell him about the miscarriage. So he like, what's up? What's going on? So she tells him that she thinks she had a miscarriage. She lost a baby, and she got all sad and she crying, and he did not diss her. He was genuinely sad for her or whatever. And he was like, well, whatever. If at first it don't succeed, try again. So we can do this whole thing all over again. He said, I'm going to have to hit it froggy style. I'm going to hit froggy style. So yeah, she was giggling and shit about that because apparently he still wants to have sex with her. Okay. Which I guess is all she's really looking for. Thought she wanted, I guess she has mentioned a baby and she want to get claimed. Anyway, she was like, so what does this actually mean? Like, are we together? And he like, oh, I ain't say all that. I said I will do it to you froggy style and have illegitimate children with you. But you are taking it far too far, girl. He was like, well, no, I didn't say all that. You cool and everything, but my life is so busy. I'm always in the studio, I really don't have time for all of that sort of stuff. And you really deserve the full Monty. He didn't say that. I just made that up. But yeah, basically, she deserves like a real relationship with somebody that really, really is into her like that and wants to be like around all the time and whatever. And apparently he is not that person. So yeah, she need to keep looking. However, he will have children with her. So yeah, there's that. And she's like, well, I do feel disappointed that, he don't want no relationship or whatever. Yeah, I can imagine a guy wanting to have sex and not wanting to be in a relationship and also not use condoms, and people would be okay with that. But yeah, that's somebody else's life. That's not my life. Then Bree meets her friend Melissa at the gym, and they're doing a little workout. Them motherfuckers look strong as hell. They all that muscle. What? But yeah, I understand it's a little bit more difficult for them, but they're making it happen. Anyway, when they're done, Bree is like, so what have you been up to? Apparently, Melissa has done New York and Paris Fashion Week, and she's going to be doing another show in Tokyo. She's trying to do her thing, but she's lonely, I guess, out in Atlanta because she don't really have no friends or nothing, nobody to hang with or spend no time with. So, but Bree is like, well, I got friends if you want to meet them. She was like, she told her names, and the girl was like, oh yeah, well I know the Tiny Twins. I met them, I guess at the same time that she had met Bree. She was like, so how do you think they're gonna be? Like, are people gonna be, treating me bad because I'm the new girl, or are they gonna be accepting with open arms? And Bree's like, you know what? You never can tell with this group. And she was like, that's not reassuring. Like, how is the group, bitch? And again, she like, you just gonna have to figure the shit out. But we'll see. I can introduce you any damn way. So that meeting is pending. Then the twins, oh, they're dressed like twins. They're so cute to me. They're at home to visit their parents with the enormous ass boy and Chris punk ass. Um, so they're, eating or whatever because Andrea is hungry as hell. And Amanda's feeling some type of way because her mother is catering to Andrea and not to her. And she like, hello, you made brisket for her. What about me, mother? Do I have to get pregnant for you to pay me any attention? Girl, you better not get pregnant. It seemed like every episode I got to tell you not to get pregnant. You and your sister are in similar situations, and I can't believe that she got pregnant after what a piss poor father he is to the first child. Take the hint. Anyway, after they're done eating, they're all sitting down in the living room. Oh, and by the way, they got a regular size, average size brother named Oscar. He's cute. Anyway, the father is sitting there and he's like, okay, so how you been taking this all in? Like, what if it's another little person, the new baby? And Chris is like, well, I don't think it matters. Like, I'll love it anyway. Yeah, motherfucker. We ain't talking about the love. We talking about being a father. Like, little people require extra stuff. So if you are a fucked up, shitty ass father, just in general, you know you can't do less for a little person. You need to do more because they're often born with like health issues. Like, you need to really step up. And then the music got quiet. It that little sound that it made when everybody be quiet. You need to step up. And then it's like, and Chris don't say nothing. Well, he didn't say nothing through the whole shit. That when her father was talking, he was like, well, it'd be good, if you were there, if you were aware of all the things that the child is going to need, because there's a lot of broken homes out there, and a lot of times it's because of the men, not doing what they're supposed to do, not stepping up, not being parents, basically. And he was like, yeah, well, I'm watching. And you should have seen Chris' face. That's right, bitch. I'm watching you. I'm watching you because I ain't no little person, and I will whoop your ass because I'm not gonna keep taking care of your motherfucking kids. So yeah, something along those lines. Or maybe I'm just reading more into it because I don't like Chris. But yeah. And the brother is looking like he is also watching. I think the brother should just beat Chris up, especially if he left her the first time when the baby was sick. He was born sick and had to have all kind of operations and shit. Also for little Andre, they're saying that he's doing very well at all his doctor's appointments. Even though, oh no, they're saying that the surgery that he had when he was born with lung failure, heart failure of a very important breathing organ, did him well, but then it sounded like they said a leg surgery. So either way, all operations and things that he's had to endure at his young age are all going pretty swell for him at this point. So the next morning, the twins are at the park with little Andre, and apparently after her father told Chris, anybody could be a father, anybody could father a child, but are you going to be a fucking father? Yeah, they got into an argument and he left, and she don't know where he went and if he coming back. So of course he got her fucking crying and shit already. The baby ain't even here, so he's already a jackass and irresponsible before the baby is born. uh yeah, so her sister is trying to comfort her, and don't cry and all of that. And she was like, you don't need him, you took care of Andre by yourself and you can do it again. I'm just saying, you shouldn't have had no another baby with somebody without no job. If you should, if he don't get it, you understand how hard it is to take care of a baby, a little person baby, and the sickness and all of that stuff, and having to go through all of that shit alone. So I don't know why you would put your trust in somebody like him. So she's like, oh, my sister got the rest of her life and blah blah blah. She don't have no life now. You gonna have two fucking kids. That takes the fun and excitement and party days out of the average woman. So I don't know how a woman with a disability is going to, I'm sorry, is it a disability? Is it called differently abled? Whatever it's called. How it's supposed to be so damn easy for her. She already, it's already hard for her. Her and her kid are separate. They don't live together. That is not easy. That's not even particularly her raising Andre. Her parents are raising Andre, and she is chilling, having more sex with the dumbass that left her, and paying his way through life. So, yeah, it's pretty pathetic. And, she's like, well, we gonna give it 2 days, but if it don't work out, then it's whatever. You still got our parents, you still got me. Always gonna be here for you and your kids, but I'm thinking, shit, all we need is for motherfucking Amanda ass to get pregnant, and it's coming. So we gonna see how that whole thing gonna work out. But Andrea is saying she ain't gonna be just going through this bullshit, not knowing what's up back and forth. So everybody say that. Then Juicy, Money, and Bree go shopping for stuff for Black Bike Week. And Money is like, yeah, I got to I got to get me some new stuff because I got to dress to impress. In a confessional with that giant, ridiculously long purple wig on, are you really going to impress anybody, Money? Do you ever impress anybody? So in the store, she got on a different little purple wig that seems to suit her, even though it's still ugly. Better than any goddamn thing else. So Juicy is like, yeah, we gonna turn up and blah blah blah. What who all is invited? And she was like, well, I invited y'all too, and the twins. And Money was like, what about Minnie? She was like, I invited her too. She can come, long as her mother don't come, because her mother is in for a big damn surprise. What she says, a little evil laugh at the end. We already know what's up. We've seen the commercials, right? But then Money does this weird ass little step dancey thing, like, oh, it's gonna be all those guys there. She may meet somebody. And Juicy, it's like, yeah, well, shit, maybe she can get pregnant for real this time. All right, that was shady, but she deserved it. So I'm letting Juicy have full reign of shade right now, just because that bitch tried it with her mother, letting her mother attack her. But who is not off the damn hook right now is motherfucking Money. Money, why? Why? It seemed like not only is her part scripted, maybe she too dull. She don't got no spicy little shit to say, so they have to write the words for her, because she reminds me very much of me acting in a part that I don't really know how that person would act. uh, Over the top or just corny, extreme generalizations of how a black girl supposed to act. That little dance thing, and that whole, oh, and they must like bikes since this is Bike Week. Yes, bitch. What? You don't have to like bikes. That Yeah, her part is it really feels scripted. Like her words are unnatural, and she just seemed like she just say her part, and then she waiting for other people to go. Their part don't seem scripted, so either they're better actors or they get to be regular, and her shit need to be written because of her corniness level. So then we got Juicy trying on hats, talking about how she's so horny because the hat got horns on it. And then they go find these little ass bikes, right? So the little bikes, they're all on them and practicing or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't be on no damn bike unless it was a regular ass bike. Shit, I can't ride no bike anyway. Anyway, um, she was like, "Well, you know, I got an event going on," and Money's like, "What kind of event?" She was like, let's just know that it's just for us. And it's going to be all kinds of men's out there for us. And yes. And then Money with her very cornerly said in written line, and remember, what happens in Myrtle Beach stays in Myrtle Beach. All of her lines are completely contrived. Come on. I need I need to act this damn scene out. I'm so mad right now because I really feel like getting dressed and doing my hair just to fucking act out how contrite and fucking corny everything that she said was, and how it is ridiculous to say for her personality, meaning somebody else wrote that dumb shit. The twins are going shopping for the baby Aubrey while they're in Dallas, and apparently Chris has gotten in contact with Andrea, so he's supposed to meet them there. And Amanda is, she is not excited about the fucking situation. So Andrea's like, "Well, what's wrong? Why are you mad?" She was like, "I don't like him." She was like, "You always take him back. You're always going through this shit. Like, he keeps doing the same stuff and you keep on forgiving him." So she's like, whatever. Like, what am I supposed to do? So he walks up to them and he like, "What? No hug, no kiss?" First of all, she all the way down on the floor and you standing tall and you like, what, 5 feet away. You ain't nowhere near her for her to kiss. Should she have run up to you like a child and be like, "Chris"? No. She was like, "No, I'm mad at you." But it still didn't make no sense for him to ask that when he wasn't in hugging or kissing proximity. And he didn't duck down, which is apparently what he has to do because it's no way that she can just get tall for a kiss. So he have to bend down. So he wasn't bent. It was just a dumbass question to ask. Anyway, she was like, "No, because I'm mad at you." And you're like, "Why? You mad at me because I went to see my mother?" And she like, "No. I mean, I didn't even know where the fuck you went. Nobody cares if you go visit your mother. But, you didn't tell me where you were going and I didn't know. So I thought that you left me and I was very upset." And he's like, "Man, because you're always bringing up the past. You can't live in the past. I already said I was sorry. I'm not going, that shit is over." And she like, "No, but you left me with Andre." She was like, "And that shit hurt me so bad. And I don't know why you don't understand. I'm always thinking that you're going to leave me again with this baby." And he's like, "I'm not going to leave you." And then she just, she start crying. She's so emotional. And he like, "Man, I'm not, I promise you I'm not gonna leave." And she was like, "You don't know how it felt when you walked out of the door." I'm like, "I'm trying to tell you because you're acting like I care about where you went. Like, it doesn't matter where you went. The fact of the matter is we had an argument, you got up, you walked out, you didn't tell me anything. I didn't know if you were coming back. And you have a history of having left me alone with a child. Um, so yeah, when I'm getting ready to have another child and you get mad and you walk out, how do I know you're coming back?" Like, I was scared and I was panicked. Um, and he was like, "Well, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna leave you. I'm gonna make up for that mistake. That's not gonna happen no more. I'm gonna be there for you." And then he finally bends over and does the kiss. So apparently, yes, he does have to bend over to kiss, right? Makes the whole first sentence still not make no damn sense. But anyway, yeah, so they walk away. But Amanda is still pissed off. She was like, whenever he apologized to my sister, I'm always just thinking, whatever, liar. She's fucking lying all the goddamn time. So she don't believe him worth a damn. Then Emily and Minnie FaceTime or Skype or whatever with Emily out in Texas. And Emily just looks so stressed, so pressed. She's telling them about what's going on with little JJ. Apparently the test came back. Oh, it's so loud outside. The test came back and they said that he had very small air passages. So it's really difficult for him to breathe, which means that he's going to need another surgery and he's going to have to be put under anesthesia, put to sleep. And she's really scared about that because apparently her mother died from surgery complications. So that's really the big thing that's freaking her out. He has to have some sort of surgery to put a tube into his stomach, and I guess that's going to help him breathe in some way. And they were like, well, how's he doing otherwise? And she was like, well, when they take the tube out of him, he does good. But then, and then she just, burst into tears. So she never actually finished the sentence, but my assumption is he starts doing good and then something bad happens. So she just doesn't know. And you can see Bree also starting to cry, tear up too. So it's really sad. But Bree appears to be like a really good friend to Emily. Lots of empathy for her. She definitely feels her pain. Probably just because she also has a kid that went through some of these things. But that she's also like one of her best friends and she is far away. So Emily had to go back to the hospital to be with him. And everybody's saying, how much they miss her. And Emily's saying how much, she really wished that Bree was still there to, go through everything with her. And everybody's going to pray for her. Minnie's like, well, we can pray. We can all pray. So I'm sure everybody's been praying from the get-go. Just, somebody have a baby and baby born sick. The first thing you're going to do is have people praying. Then the tiny twins are also out in Texas, and they are getting ready to leave their parents' house. So the parents are having a talk with them about Andre once again. They're like, well, we don't know what is going to go on with him, if he is going to do the things that he needs to do to be there for you. And yeah, they're worried. So Amanda's like, well, look, they don't trust Chris because he left her before and he will fucking do it again. And Andrea gave her that look and she like, whatever, it's true. So yeah, nobody trusts Chris, and I don't blame him because he is not trustworthy. So Andrea didn't even tell them that her and Chris have been fighting. So they don't even know that he already left her just in a little bit of time that they fucking been there. But he already bounced on her with the first baby, and the responsibility is, very, very fucking strong right now. So they're getting ready to leave, but their mother, she makes it on time to catch them before they go. And it is very sad because I got all teary-eyed, everybody crying, and she's just like, watch over my babies, please watch over each other. And she really wished that they were there. They're sad because they got to leave their parents, the comfort of home. They got a nice house. And they got to leave Andre. So Andre come outside. Andre trying to leave. He is out of that motherfucker. And they're like, you're not going nowhere. And he just, he starts crying so hard. So everybody was already crying. Everybody cried even harder when he started crying. It was just really sad. And, even the mother, asking Chris, begging Chris, please watch over her. Please don't leave my kid. Please don't let nothing bad happen to her. Please grow the fuck up and be a fucking man because I'm entrusting my kid with you. So, Amanda, Andrea said her insurance is actually in Texas, so she's going to be going there to have her baby too. And when Aubrey is better, because I guess little people are born with like always with complications and needing surgeries and stuff. When Aubrey's better, she's going to actually bring Andre to Atlanta with her so that they can all live together. So that is a step I think in the right direction. If he is supposed to be there, then he could take care of his own kid. Y'all can get doctors in Atlanta. There are doctors everywhere in the world. Okay, so yeah, I'm down with that plan. All right, so now it's to the juicy part. Minnie is going to her mother's house because her mother says she has some important news for her. So her mama is in the house fuming, like, look at this paper. Look what I got. Somebody came to the door and I thought it was the wrong house. And they was like, it's the Fulton County Police. Yes. She was like, oh, they gave me a restraining order. Like, yeah, she's reading it. So Minnie is going through the paper like this. Oh my God. She was like, I'm great. Go get in my car and go over there and beat her ass. You know what? I don't think you can fight, Minnie. Because you don't really strike me as the fight. Now, your mother is ridiculously ghetto. And that may have rubbed off on you, but I don't really see it. I don't really think you're about that life. But yeah, whatever. So her mother's like, no, you're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna go over there and get in no trouble. So they're going through the papers like, oh my God, this is so childish. This is so petty. And her mother's like, I told you, she was me. All of this over some wings. Over some wings. And her Minnie is like, yeah, my mother put that them wings and that branch in your hair. She put that branch on your raggedy ass hair to condition it. She was like, yeah, she is petty. She is so petty. Petty LaBelle. I don't believe she's doing all of this. I don't believe that y'all motherfuckers are flipping it like she did something wrong. You hit her in the face with food uh carelessly, okay? um you can't do that. So no, you are a grown woman who brought your mother to start a fight with somebody, and you think somebody else is petty, and you think that she should have just accepted it and moved on with her life. So now she's petty and evil, but y'all are what, regular? Y'all are not petty. Y'all are good people because of what? Who told you that you were good people? Because clearly that's something that's going on in your thought process, but it is incorrect. You are not a good person. You nor your fucking mother in this situation. Instead of apologizing, no. So her mother got to stay 2 football fields away from Juicy. And they found out that Minnie was like, so what, you got to go to court? She was like, yes. And we have to pay for a lawyer. So we got to spend money on this shit just because she want to be petty and evil. Her mother like, I better not have to miss no days of work. Because if I got to miss work, I'm just going to whoop her ass whenever I see her. And Minnie's like, no, Mom, because then you're going to get in more trouble with like a... So I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. So, yeah. Y'all still talking about shit. Y'all still making idle threats. And even if they weren't idle threats, you're still threatening people. Y'all are not good. Y'all are the epitome of petty. Um, it doesn't get any worse than doing something fucked up and wrong, getting in trouble for it, and not seeing or admitting that it was wrong in the first place, and still blaming the person, blaming the victim for your lack of ability to control your own fucking emotions over something that was not even all that damn serious. I mean, you lost a baby and you don't really have an explanation, and you told people some BS and they asked you some questions. I don't know why your mother was so mad. She's like, oh, well, my mother, she like, she's so classy or whatever. Like, no, your mother is not logical, not classy, not none of that. This whole situation is some BS. All right, so then all of the girls are on their way down to the Black Bike Week, and while in the car is Juicy, Money, Bree, and Melissa. they're talking about, all the fun they gonna be having. Juicy talking about how she gonna be, I don't know, something dirty and sexual. That was gross. Okay. And then she tells them about the restraining order against Minnie's mother. So she was like, so it might be some shit. I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time that something might go down. So be ready. And then in the other car is Minnie and not Andre, Amanda. Minnie and Amanda. And Minnie is like, do you know what she did? She put a restraining order against my mother, talking about my mother hit her with a plate and some wings. Like, this shit is so wrong and blah, blah, blah. And I'm still aggravated that she don't get it. Um, anyway, back at the house, uh, they drive up to the house. Some old white dude come out and he like, all right, well, this is the beach house. And Juicy is like, this house is a piece of shit. I'm used to glitz and glam. Well, you should have got a glitz and glam room, damn it. That don't make no damn sense to get a room that you don't like. I'm sure they had pictures, but whatever. It's a beach house. So she chooses the room called the Queen's Room. She gonna run her little fat ass over in there. And she was like, I beat y'all. She was like, because this room got my name on it. Because I'm the queen. Yeah. I think Bree and her little friend are rooming together. Melissa and Money seem to be in the other room. There's another room downstairs, and they was like, "We gonna save that one for the kids." I guess that's meaning Minnie and Andrea. I mean, Minnie and Amanda. Why do I keep? Um, yeah. So they're sitting around and drinking, and Minnie and Amanda still ain't there. So the girl, new girl Melissa's like, "I wonder what it's gonna be like when they get here." And Money is like, I already know what it's going to be like. Because one thing I do know about Minnie is if you do something to her mother, she going to be mad as hell. So the second they walk in the door, they walk up the steps, everybody get quiet. And Amanda's like, so what's up? Y'all starting partying without us? And Juicy's like, no, we just had a couple of drinks. We're not, partying or nothing. And Minnie is like, I can't wait the whole weekend without talking to Juicy, so I'm just gonna say it. I got something to talk to you about. You've out of a restraining order on my mother. Did you just do this because she a average height person? Yeah, that's what she said when she was talking to her mother. She just did this because she was average height. And she felt scared or intimidated. If I'm average height and I would be intimidated by your enormous ass, angry, cockatoo ass, parrot hair mother. That's a big bitch. Let me stop calling that woman a bitch. That's not nice. But anyway, yeah. So Juicy is like, no, I filed a restraining order. You said that my mother hit you with some chicken and a plate. She was like, and she did hit me with chicken and no, she hit you with chicken. No, the plate hit me when she was trying to fling the chicken on me, and so did the ranch. And I filed a restraining order against her because it was wrong. It was disrespectful. Yeah, yeah. People can't just go around committing crimes against people and think that it's okay. That's the same dumb shit going on Little Women, L.A. with fucking Tara little bitch ass. Whatever. So she was like, no, your mama deserved that. And then Money was like, first off, I don't even know how you gonna bring your mother in there and then, try to get all like something happened to you. She was like, I believe that you probably brought your mother up there and was like, yeah, I need you to check her. And she was like, I didn't tell my mother to check her. She was like, oh, my mother, a grown woman. And Juicy like, I'm a grown woman too. If she come up in there trying to check me and throwing stuff, and Minnie like, it should have never got to the point where a restraining order. She's like, it should have never got to the point where your mother jumping up and throwing shit at me. And I'm gonna add in myself, it should have never got to the point where you brought your mother there. Okay, so Juicy was like, it don't even make no sense. I asked you some questions with the S. I asked you questions. Money asked you questions. The twins asked you questions. And Minnie's like, no, they didn't. She was like, yes, they did. Everybody asked you questions, but you chose to point me out and try to bring your mother to attack me. And Juicy asked Amanda, didn't you and your sister have questions? And Amanda's like, well, I know for a fact my sister asked questions. She was like, I don't remember if I asked any. But yeah. there were questions asked by other fucking people, and they just, they was quiet after that, and just like whatever. So they're like, well, let me go to our room and put away our stuff. And Minnie's like, well, I'm just ready to say whatever, kumbaya, and move past this shit. I'm like, really? Or so everything is just that simple after you act like you was gonna whoop ass. I knew you was a punk. Not that I want anybody to be trying to fight Juicy. I'm just saying I knew that you weren't going to do that. So, let me see. What is the recap? I miss Emily with her shady ass. She's so evil. But she's so sweet like right now this season because she's so sad. So yeah. I'm liking Bree better without Emily. She's a lot less shady. Her new friend Melissa is supposedly a model, but I'm just gonna say, shouldn't you be cute for that? Her friend is a ugly ass weird nose. She got the kind of nose that make it seem like you don't have no teeth. She got a mush face nose. And she ain't got no top lip. It's just not very attractive, in my opinion. Okay. And I guess that doesn't really matter in the larger scope of life. Minnie and her mother can suck a cock. Okay. They are a bunch of assholes. And I don't know. They think more of themselves than they should, because them thinking that this is Juicy's fault and that Juicy did something wrong to them. I don't know. I still don't get why many would think that nobody is allowed to ask her questions. Just like she was avoiding questions. People like, is the baby kicking? Us- People ask questions. Like, that don't even make no sense for you to act like that is an abnormal thing. And your mother being a grown ass older woman, she definitely know that that is a normal, logical thing for people to do at a baby shower, to find out that your baby is dead, to ask you about it. That is ridiculous. Okay. But apparently Pastor Troy is willing to knock Minnie ass up again without being with her. So yay, Minnie. Although I am being Mrs. Juicy's friend for right now, that does not excuse that hairstyle. I wasn't ready for nothing that ugly. I don't believe that somebody would do somebody's hair that ugly and allow them to walk around with it. After I was done, if I was the stylist, I would have just took it down. Put on a wig, girl, something. The braids, of course her hair is dark, so the braids with the red, they are regular looking ridiculous. But then the ends to be bunched up in that little fucking blob of red on the top of her head, I was distracted. I was very distracted. I found it very hard not to keep on laughing at her. So I tried to just get all my laughing out, because it was, I think that's why Minnie had to stop arguing with her, because she like, you know what? I cannot sit here and keep looking at this bullshit ass hairstyle that you got going on. Girl, put on a headscarf. You need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to sue somebody for that hairstyle. Put them in jail. Behind bars. Was an atrocity. Money, all her lines are written by somebody else. They are completely contrived. They are ridiculous and dumb. Okay? They don't fit with her personality, or they just so corny. Is the person that wrote it even black? I'm like, what is going on? Andrea's going through a whole bunch of shit with Chris, and her family does not trust him, and her sister don't fucking like his ass neither. Juicy brought them down to the bike week, and filed a fucking restraining order, and she's not backing down. And Money is telling what's her name, Minnie, this is what happened when you lie. You fuck everything up and nobody don't trust you, and then you want to sit back and play the victim. So nobody is here for it. So Minnie don't really got no other choice than to just suck it up and move on with life. So if you agree with my recap and or review, my comments, my commentary, then let me know down in the comments. If you do not agree, let me know down in the comments. And I don't know. How did y'all feel about not being able to see me in this video? Because I could do this all the time, just sitting around my house talking, and I have to sit under that light and try to put on no makeup or wash the nasty out of my eyes or none of that. I could just go on with my life and make these videos, you know what I mean? I wouldn't do that all the time, but I'm just wanting to know how y'all feel about it. So let me know that in the comments also. And until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to watch my channel. While you're at it, swing by and check out my previous video. So yeah, he wants to produce her and she needs it. And he's like, if you're into prettying yourself up and beautifying, go and check out my natural hair and beauty channel. I also have a fitness channel where I share free workouts if that's something that you've been looking for.